Philadelphia. Hello, everybody. I'm John Barchard along with Vince Quinn and Taylor Kredatus. It is Bell and the Birdmen, and these delicious hats that you are seeing here are indeed on our heads, and they are awesome. Wow. Nick, thank you so much. These incredible I'd rather be watching the Birds hats will be at our Steelers tailgate. More on that later. It's the only place you can get them. Vince Quinn, how's it feeling over there?
Yeah, it feels good. It's a corduroy hat. It's a Kelly. I've never worn a corduroy hat before. Or if I did, it was for like 2 seconds in a hat shop or something. I don't know. But it's so good. It's so comfy. Nice. I feel amazing. And by the way, John.
Crack it wide open.
I took the last liquid death.
You
Fuck
did.
you.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to ride today,
right.
baby. I feel amazing.
I got nothing. I got nothing here but a notebook and hopes and dreams because, listen, it's the bye week, and we're heading into some nice, okay NFL action, I would say.
Nothing okay
great.
NFL action is correct. It's just okay.
Especially Russ dragging us down at 4:05.
He's probably not even playing this week. But.
Here's the thing that keeps crossing my mind. One, yes, like the Eagles need something, and I can't identify it because every time we bring up a player, like it just kind of goes, I don't know. And then the other thing that really crosses my mind when I think of that, I go, well, does it fucking matter? Because I don't think this team can beat the Bills or the Chiefs. Not this year.
You think it's that hopeless?
I don't think it's hopeless. I'm just saying.
It sounds like it.
I'm just saying you're going to need something, and I don't know what that something is to beat the Bills and Chiefs yet. Like, let me just ask you this. If they played today and the Super Bowl was today, they're getting demolished. That's all I mean.
No, I'm not saying that.
You don't think that the Bills and Chiefs would?
No, they're not favored.
Yes, they. Oh, the Eagles.
The Eagles are not favored. Yeah, okay. There's no way they're favored. But I can't say they're going to get demolished. No, like the Eagles are a really well-rounded, incredibly talented and deep team. I can't say for any reason that they would just get demolished by anybody.
Yeah,
they've done nothing to make me think that. Nothing.
I'm just saying, like, I think they're the third best team in the NFL. It's nothing to sneeze at. I'm just saying it's not like there's too many things offensively that the Chiefs and Bills have had for a while and been in the rhythm of. Like A.J. Brown just got here. Devontae just found himself this year. Well,
he just found how to get him the ball.
Well, that too.
Okay.
Same with Dallas Goedert, by the way. But like, I don't see where this offense is going to take such a massive leap after this bye week that it's running on all cylinders by week 12 and 13 and 14, that they are scoring in all four quarters and all that stuff. Because as much as I'd like to ignore it, their second quarter punch isn't good enough. I'm not going to knock the defense, but I don't think that defense can stop a Bills or a Chiefs.
Oh, see, and that's what I think is the key to winning. If you're going to beat the Bills or the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, it's more about the defense than the offense. Because here's what's interesting is when you look at, and shout out to Nanks, passenger in my car, Nanks, who put this in the Discord just last night. So
BellandTheBirdmen.com to do that, by the way.
Turnover differential in the NFL. Eagles are first place. They have 12 turnovers.
Yes.
Second place in turnover differential is 4.
That's why they're 6-0. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, and that's what it takes. Like, because that's the thing. If you're playing the Bills or the Chiefs, it's going to be one aggressive, like going for it on fourth, 2-point conversions, that kind of thing. If you're in no man's land, like odds are you go for it because you figure the other guys are going to score. So it's a high pressure game in that way, and you just got to be able to get a couple of turnovers to go and drag this thing out. Because here's the difference, especially for the Eagles and the Bills, that you can look at to say here's what would give the Eagles a shot is the Bills can't run the ball for shit. Like, they have to trade. They can't. And if it's not Josh Allen.
It doesn't matter if they can't run the ball.
Yes, it does.
They're
if Josh Allen, if he has to
to
throw the ball 70 times a game, which he did, I feel like 2 weeks ago, he threw the ball like 65 times, 70 times in that game. Guy got tired. They ended up losing the game. So that's their one loss on the season. Like, he can be beat.
There's also Miami Heat, right? When that was happening?
Well,
wasn't that what's going on?
Yeah, it was. I believe it was. Was that the Miami game?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody said that was the most exhausting game.
Yeah.
And you even told me they put the Bills in the sun to exhaust them.
Which is good strategy. So they'd be playing it in Phoenix in February.
In a dome.
But whatever. But I'm just saying, like, if everything has to be Josh Allen all game, every game, at some point is the guy tired late in the season? Is he going to be able to do it for a whole Super Bowl?
So we're relying on
the Eagles
Josh
can
Allen.
cover.
Josh Allen's going to be tired? That's what you're saying?
I'm just saying, like, he can't, if he's going to be the whole game plan, the guy, he's getting exposed to hits. He's got to consistently be pinpoint accurate because this secondary is so dominant. I mean, Slay's all over everything. Bradbury's all over everything. I haven't seen Maddox getting torched at all. Like, I haven't noticed him.
They're not all over the combination of Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. They have the combination of shutting down great wide receivers like Justin Jefferson against that piece of shit Kirk Coupons. That's not an issue because they don't have and then they had an aging Adam Thielen at the time that they were doing that. And this is not like a disrespectful thing because, again, I would even say this is one of the most incredible secondary runs that I've seen. The turnovers have been amazing, but this is where I will do the probably bullshit thing, and you can yell at me, and it's okay.
I'm ready to.
But there's no stiff, amazing quarterback wide receiver combo at the same time that they have faced yet. And unless I'm forgetting something, please let me know on that. But it's Jared Goff and that's easy to get. Like there isn't that deadly Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce that they have had no problem taking care of, right? There are times where I don't know. I'm just saying. It's not that this is fugazi or anything. They're doing an incredible job. It's just not that incredible job yet.
I can't believe you find this so hopeless, though. Like,
not hopeless. It's just
that's what it feels like.
It's just going to be an incredible feat if they beat these guys in the Super Bowl.
Well,
and
okay.
I'm framing this as the team is 6-0 today. They are no doubt about it the best team in the NFC, and I think the third best team in the NFL.
Well, then let me ask you this. Let's say they didn't make a move for anybody. None of these teams make a move.
Yeah.
What would fundamentally have to be better about this team for you to feel like they could beat those teams?
Score at will, all 4 quarters, no problem. Doesn't matter the defense, doesn't matter the situation, whether it's Jalen running up and down and he doesn't care, whether it's out just muscling corners left and right with A.J. Brown. Show me. That's what I'm saying. This team has to... I think people have used the term this week, especially on the defensive side of the ball, step on their neck. Well, where is it? Step on it. It's been 6 weeks, And this is that kind of eternal conflict thing that I don't know what's going on between, coaching staff, offensive coaching staff, QB, et cetera, all that. But that's what I need to see, Vince.
Well, so offensive coaching then, is that Jalen playing better? Because, look, if
I think it's the coaching staff to me.
Well, let's be real here. If we're going to talk about the difference between those two teams and us, what is the difference? It's Mahomes, it's Josh Allen, and Jalen Hurts.
And the coaching staff.
Sure,
it's
and the
all
coaching
those
staff.
things.
Yeah, it's all those things. But, the most glaring thing, going through some of the numbers, you look at Josh Allen and what he's doing, it's fucking ridiculous, man.
Yeah. I haven't even looked, to be honest with you, so I'm excited to hear.
Yeah, man.
Excited to hear this.
Through 6 games, he almost has 2,000 yards already through 6 games. So he's completely ridiculous in that department. 17 touchdowns and 4 picks already. That's not even with whatever the hell he's doing as a runner, because I don't have those stats in front of me. But that's what he's putting up. Mahomes, you've seen it every single year. One of the greatest just throwers, just raw throwers. But Allen is... he's the greatest raw talent I've now ever seen at quarterback. It was Aaron Rodgers for a long time.
He is their running game, by the way.
Yeah.
he is all of their rushing.
Yeah,
he's got to be
for both teams.
Let me look that up.
Do you think they're scared that they don't have a running game?
It's not that they're scared, but all the rumors that they're, for example, looking for Christian McCaffrey, that makes sense more for them than it does for us.
I think so too, and the Chiefs. It makes sense, and it makes sense for him more than coming here as well. And you already said ever since you said that, by the way, that you just don't see McCaffrey on the back of an Eagles jersey. I can't get that out of my head. I think you swayed me.
Yeah,
I was like,
it doesn't look right.
Between that and what the Carolina bullshit and the fact that he got jacked up by Jalen Ramsey is just I think I'm done.
Yeah, he's not the kind of guy that they need, as talented as he is. Although a guy that does look really good in an Eagles jersey, if you close your eyes, Derrick Henry.
I'm still hoping out. But that's the thing. Okay, but now you just put Christian McCaffrey on the Chiefs and Bills. Fuck, you just made it really hard for me to feel anything good about that. Yeah, and he's probably a better fit. What you said. So again, that's my issue.
Well, then can firepower fix this issue? That's the other thing. Then, if you think it's a coaching thing, they could have more pieces than they've already got. It's already the best weapons I've ever seen in my life on this team.
Yeah.
They've already got an elite offensive line left to right.
They do,
and Jalen plays well. So I don't know what else you can do. Like, it's not like even OBJ, because that's the guy that's floating around Kansas City Chiefs. They want to get OBJ. Even Travis Kelce really winked and nodded at that after he got restructured. So fine. If OBJ was here in the slot, I mean, it makes him better. There's no doubt it makes him better. But also, I don't know. How much better is the coaching going to be? How much does that improve the offense overall? I have no idea.
It gives you more speed. It allows you, it kind of tries to make up for, Tyreek not being there because Juju isn't really that at all. So, I think, well, is it overkill here for OBJ to be here? Because I don't think it is.
I mean, it's greedy, and I don't mind it.
Why is it greedy? It's not greedy.
It is.
Your third wide receiver stinks right now.
Well, they're not getting much out of Quez, a.k.a. Hank Basket, because he's also really their fourth or fifth option.
And OBJ can return for you as well, by the way.
If you're getting that out of him, then he's totally worth it, and you sign him in a heartbeat, even if he gets 12 catches. But I don't think he wants to just get 12 catches whenever he comes back.
Isn't that why he didn't go to the Packers? Because it just asked him about special teams. He was like, nah, I'm good.
That's the dumbest, most Packers thing. Hey, we've got nothing going on in our passing game. We have no verticality to speak of. Aaron Rodgers is basically flipping the bird to every receiver on the team, and they're all 14 years old and shitting their pants. Let's get OBJ and ask him if he can just return kicks.
Yeah, no thank you. Not just to return kicks, for sure, but in a Super Bowl, in a playoff game where you can stick him out there. I'm sure he'd do it for one that
for
opportunity.
The Super Bowl.
Yes,
he'd do it.
of
Yeah,
course.
and I think all that team guy stuff that he got from New York was totally overblown bullshit. Yeah. The way he played with the Rams and how that team loved him is evidence of it. I mean, he was a killer in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll even say this, DJ Moore is overkill, kind of. But if Carolina's still for the pickings, yes, absolutely. That kind of overkill. Does it make you beat the Bills and Chiefs this year? Probably not. And if that's your best option, again, then you have to just have faith in this coaching staff that it's going to take a massive leap to defeat people that have come close to the Super Bowl already, won one, been back to another one. Sean McDermott, an amazing defense. Fuck. I don't think so.
It's doable. It's not likely. If anything, I would say your biggest addition needs to be on the defensive side, and it's got to be on the defensive line. That's the number one thing you got to upgrade if you're going to beat the Bills or the Chiefs. It just has to be, because look at the problems that Von Miller's a monster out there. He's absolutely dominant for the Eagles. You're getting pressure from all these different places. You don't have one guy that is so singularly dominant. It's just a bunch of guys that are playing pretty well together. Yep. So how do you get that guy? I mean, Brian Burns, very popular right now.
Don't think that's happening.
I don't think so either, but maybe.
And the Bears have officially waving the white flag now, too. Yeah. So you've got that Robert Quinn conversation comes in, but his contract's a mess.
Again, I think Robert Quinn's pretty good, but he's also not oh my God, one of the best rushers in the league to me.
No, he is.
So I just can't, it's a nice piece.
Yeah.
But you're pretty much the same as a unit. You just have more depth.
Yeah. And really curious what you think, too. Hop in the Discord, bellthebirdmen.com, or text us 215-509-5833. Can this team beat the Chiefs or the Bills right now in your mind? And what is the fucking thing that could, if they get it at the deadline? Because I'm stumped, Vince Quinn. I am really stumped on this. I can't. There's no great pass rusher. It's going to have to be a Howie Magic thing, close to A.J. Brown, where we didn't really expect it to even be a possibility, and then it just lands here. That's what's going to have to happen, I think, for me to flip my opinion on it.
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing I can think of is if they upgrade in 3 or 4 different spots, and they're all small upgrades, but they're significant enough together with an already great team, that's going to help you. Also, I mean, look, I hate to say it, but it is football, man, and we're only 6 weeks into the season. There's a lot of injuries and things that can change the dynamics of this, so I don't want to worry about it too much yet. But, all right, if they get running back in here, let's say David Montgomery ends up joining this team. They do him. You don't like him?
No Cyclones. No more fucking Cyclones on this team, especially light Jordan Howard Cyclones. Good God. Please.
I mean, if anyone was heavy in that equation, it was Jordan Howard. But anyway.
Josh Jacobs, by the way. I'm still on that.
Josh Jacobs train, I'm all in on that, too.
That would do some things. I don't know if we would win a Super Bowl, but it'd make me happy.
No, something like that would be a pretty valuable play. I've heard rumors of them adding a second tight end. like upgrading that, which
All
again
right.
is the most spoiled bullshit you can do, but like
That's
sure.
fine, but if whatever
fine.
gets Goddard in the passing tree, I'm fine with. So.
Yeah, I'm fine with it too. It's just like it wouldn't be high on my list, but I think
Yeah.
Stoll's fine, but okay.
He dresses nice.
But
so.
if you were doing that, and then I don't know, yeah, it's just defensive line depth, and you put all that together, then like maybe that does it. Because again too, like going to the Bills especially. I mean, Dawson Knox, Stephon Diggs, and Gabe Davis is a really solid 1, 2, 3, but they can cover that respectably. I mean, you with Slay, Bradbury, and everything else they've got going on. Maddox, the safeties have played. Like Chauncey Gardner-Johnson has played really well for a guy that joined the team in September.
Yes.
Like
yes,
and
they've
it wasn't
done great.
it wasn't a starting safety. So I just look at where all these guys are playing right now and how much better they can get. I mean, last year we watched a team that just sat back, dink and dunk, a billion shitty quarterbacks throwing 85% completions, and we're scratching our heads like, what the hell's happening here? That's not the case anymore. So you're going to be competitive against the Bills, and like Josh Allen's going to have to work consistently, and this secondary's been opportunistic, and that's all you need.
Oh, by the way, just one more thing I was fucking so wrong about in the offseason. Wow, Bradbury mattered. Big time. Throw it some
I'm
random
forgiven
CB2.
for all the bitching. Yeah, because I bitched about it a lot.
1,000%.
That paid
No,
off.
that was righteous. That was so righteous. It was it's a completely different defense.
Can you
without it.
imagine if Zach McPherson was starting out there? Oh, my God.
Help!
Yeah.
He's yelling and screaming right now.
Oh, it'd be so bad.
And I got to tell you another thing that Vince Quinn was right about, and I'm also like really pissed off by it, is bringing and taking the last liquid death. I am dying of thirst, and I just look at the can, and I'm just looking at it.
Oh, yeah,
And
this can?
My mouth is getting drier and drier at the moment, and it's almost like that fucking Doublemint commercial. By the way,
that's
thanks to Taylor Kredatus. Did you hear this? Did you hear fucking Dan Le Batard go on about liquid death for like 7 minutes on his show?
Yeah.
I listened to the whole thing and I was going, oh my God. And I texted Greg from Liquid Death. I go, did you guys just do a deal with Dan Le Batard? And he's like, no, why? And I go, Dan Le Batard was served this can at a Mexican restaurant and was perplexed by it and was just like, here we fucking go. So it was half like, wow, this is interesting. Also, are these guys a total piece of shit? And they thought they were from actually like Austria and,
Yeah, that
thought it
was
was
hilarious.
a bro water can and all this stuff. Please go listen to that after this podcast. It's so hilarious. But Liquid Death, you've made it officially. Congratulations. You're in sports now. I know you were like trying to find your way, but now you're in music and sports, and it's just hilarious to see that Dan Le Batard is confused by the best water in the land.
Yeah, I mean, and for what it's worth, like Le Batard's a little bit of a smaller show than us.
Yeah, it's a little bit tinier. I don't know if you've
so-
ever heard of it.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. So
Haven't been around as long.
yeah, I mean, our longevity clearly historic.
To be honest with you, I think their Andrew Luck impressions were just okay over the years. Just no one get that was a deep cut. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm here.
But liquiddeath.com/Bell, because Dan Le Batard can't get you free shipping on every case that you order sent to you. I'm so fucking thirsty. It's ridiculous.
Are you? Because that's a shame. I'm
Can
like,
it's almost empty. Do you see this? You see the pain? You know what? That's my punishment for not believing that this team needed Bradbury.
that's
So.
really good and a safety, by the way. I was not starting fucking Anthony Harris on this team or
we were
Kayvon
both on
Wallace.
that. We were both on that train. But mine was in the wrong direction because I was yelling at Marcus Epps, and I should have been yelling the other way.
And yeah,
Actually, were you right on that too? Shit.
yeah.
Still not good enough for the Russell Wilson thing, but you're getting close.
Well, I just saw another Russell Wilson Subway commercial, and that made me cringe.
Oh, God.
It was really bad. Did you see it?
No.
He's wearing a leather jacket, and he's like, "I'm really dangerous eating these Subway sandwiches." And then he's like, "I'm doing it with a fork and knife. Oh my God, I'm doing it upside down." Which they just flipped the camera over, and he's standing there fine. And then ultimately he's like, "I'm gonna eat it through the wrapper," and then they cut away. Like, at least have the guts to bite into the goddamn wrapper if you're gonna do it as a bit, and like really make something of it, Russ. You coward.
Now you have to do it.
I'll do it. Yeah, if you get me a Subway sandwich with the wrapper on it, I will bite through that goddamn wrapper and I will spit it at Russell Wilson, that piece of shit.
I'm going to do that, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a Wawa sandwich of the same kind. I'm going to do a dipsy-do-haroo.
Spicy.
And I'm going to bet that you can't tell the difference between which one's which. That's my
I
take.
think that's
No.
more of a slam on Subway than Wawa.
What? I think it's more of a slam on Wawa than it
I
is
think
Subway.
makes generally a better sandwich. I think
cannot
it's been
have
a
this
while.
conversation.
No.
It's been a while.
Are you kidding me?
Their chicken sandwich is way better than Wawa's.
Man, you go to Subway still,
I haven't.
huh?
No, the last time I went there was like 5 years ago because at the old place we had the Subway that was around the corner. But
Well, that wasn't 5 years ago.
no, at the old place.
Oh, at the
there was,
old.
there was
that
there was a
piece of
Subway
shit
on the
place
corner.
by the PNC
yeah,
Bank.
so
Yes.
Oh God.
Yeah, so
That's
I
sad Subway.
Well, it was very sad, but that was the only thing that was open sometimes. I have like 5 minutes in between shifts, so I would do that. But
not as sad as the Dunkin' Donuts right there.
yeah. But there was actually it's at least actual grilled chicken. If you go to Wawa and you try to get a chicken sandwich, it's only that breaded stuff and it's not any good.
Wow,
Like,
interesting.
They make
Spicy.
a better chicken sandwich. I'll
All
give
right,
I'll
we're
give
gonna
Subway
have to
that.
do it. A Subway versus Wawa taste test. If you're willing to take this, 215-509-5833. I will make it happen. Maybe at the tailgate's the best way to do it.
Ooh.
If you're coming down to the tailgate, we can
Yeah,
do
we could do it at the
thing.
tailgate. If you're coming to the tailgate, yeah, let us know and we'll get a couple
All
of
right,
sandwiches
then
and
I'm
make it
gonna
happen.
do the same thing with 7-Eleven coffee and Wawa coffee too.
Ooh.
Because
That
let me
one,
tell you,
that's
Okay.
way harder.
yeah,
I think Subway and Wawa is easy.
I do too, but I just
Yeah, for
we're
chicken
gonna throw it
sandwich
out
at
there.
Subway.
And the tides are changing, right? Like all this stuff is we're getting our taste buds back. We're thinking of nostalgically of all these other crappy, shitty things. Can we just? What is happening with the league, by the way? Because I feel like everything is changing in our taste buds, and so is our eyes with the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is happening? We bitched about the offenses not scoring that much. I think that's just kind of early season stuff still, but like I don't know. The product's not overall great.
No.
It's there's been some great games. I'm not saying it's been okay. I think it's just been okay. Maybe I'm wrong.
No,
but
the league's just been okay. I mean, Taylor,
Taylor's
you
just give me a
There's going to be no regular season game that's going to be half as good as Tennessee Alabama last Saturday. Like it, not even close.
but you're gonna argue that, but
Well,
I'm not.
No, I can't argue that. I mean, we already had Bills Chiefs, and if you didn't think Bills Chiefs was as good, which I didn't see
It
all
was
that
good.
game,
It was
but
fine.
if you don't think that was on the level, that's it. Unless it's going to be a complete surprise game, you know.
Expecting more than 44 points or whatever it was.
Yeah.
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 For sure. And here's what I want to challenge through all this stuff, because like we've heard last couple of years, there's all this QB talent in the league, and I'm going, I don't think there is. I think that's part of the reason too. I take that back. There's talent, but there's not like great quarterbacks in the league.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
there's great peaks of quarterbacks in this league, but there's not great quarterbacks in this league, and I think that's what we're seeing right now.
Geno Smith would like a word.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We've got Geno. We've had Joe for a little bit as in New York, and they're winning. You've got, we were just going over Mahomes and Josh Allen. We know what those guys are. Tom Brady's, thank God, he's hopefully going to be done here. Like
Rodgers
is fading. Russell's out. You tell me who the best quarterback is. Like
I've got a lot to say about Brady, but we'll do that in the bonus.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah, we could talk about all that. I mean, look, I think if anything, I think the talent is still phenomenal. I have no issue with the talent of quarterbacks across the league. But I have more of an issue with the coaching. How many great young coaches are there in the league? Like, or if you look around, how many guys that are head coaches do you think are actually going to be in a head coaching job, whether it's there or another team in like 5 years?
Well, that's probably shifted more than anything than QB talent or whatever.
Because that's what
right?
I think. Like, all right, I mean, I don't think Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback, but like Kevin O'Connell's winning a lot of games right now. I don't know if he's great. I don't know if they're just beating up crappy teams. I'm looking. I mean, Josh McDaniels was the chosen one for like 10 years now. That guy sucks.
Right?
He sucks. I mean, like, or let's say guys that'll even be here because, like, long term, you get your guys like Sean McVay's going to be around for a long time. He could be a head coach as long as he wants. Who else could do that? Kyle Shanahan could be a head coach as long as he wants. So all that stuff is like completely, they're going to be here forever. But how many guys now that are like new to coaching you think are going to be around forever?
Not many, because GMs are coaches now. That's the other major shift that's happening, where it's just kind of like, there's we're all in. I can't think of one guy outside of like Bill Belichick that's sitting here doing his thing. Pete Carroll's sitting there doing his thing. Every coach that's been hired has been like Sean McVay and or
they're all in the same mold.
Something mold. So it's all like, how do we get the most powerful offenses and coaches not to run teams anymore? And like that whole dynamic's gone. So, in the olden days, you're trying to fight for the entire control of the roster, the entire 90. Like, I know how to do all this stuff. The Bill Parcells, all that. That's way gone.
Gone.
Way gone.
So the only guys that have that kind of thing going on, it's like Andy Reid, right?
Yeah.
So great coaches right now. Andy Reid, Sean McDermott. Like, okay, those guys are going to be around for a little while. John Harbaugh has been around for forever. They're one of the top AFC teams, but the whole conference sucks. So I don't know. I don't know how great coaching is. I think there's so much rolling of the dice of all these young guys that can coach these quarterbacks and be there forever. And a lot of these guys aren't that good. Like Mike Vrabel, I would say, is one of those guys that now he's been good enough that he'll be like a 9-8 coach forever. You know what I mean? Like he's the new Jeff Fisher.
Don't
I don't
say
know.
that.
I don't
Good
know.
God,
like,
he's better than
he's just
that.
gonna do that he's just gonna be in forever. He's never gonna win anything, but he's always gonna be like successful. I think there's guys like that, but there's a lot of flops. There's a lot of flops right now. Byron Leftwich was supposed to be the guy. He just comes in like Tampa sucks right now. So I don't know where the coaching is. I think the talent is there. They're just not getting enough out of it.
And where is like the next? I don't think there's the next wave of anything. I think there's just a lot of almost like the destruction of the Patriots is kind of like this is it. Bill's kind of doing his thing with a bunch of no names, still kind of winning
Bailey
games.
Zappi is a top quarterback now.
Yeah, that's right. Hall of Famer Bailey Zappi, please.
That is a real name and a real quarterback.
That's right. And he's doing it with Matt Patricia as the offensive coordinator, who it doesn't make any sense.
They put up 38 points last week.
I know. It's crazy.
He's good. He's good.
7 yards at a time, baby. He will cut you to pieces.
All he needed to do was take over the offense in the Super Bowl, and Tom Brady would have won another ring against the Eagles. But he was on the wrong side of the ball. So the first Juan Castillo to ever work. Isn't that how that just what happened to the Patriots there?
I guess it is. Yeah, they're just kind of sitting back. I mean, it's him and Joe Judge.
Joe Judge,
Oh,
yeah.
Matt,
That's right. Him and doing push-ups and all that. And, by the way, the Giants are still – everybody wants them – the hilarious thing that I saw this week is like, oh, look at the metrics of the Giants and how they're winning football games. This is not sustainable. I'm going, why isn't it? Based on what we just talked about, they have a good defense. There's not a lot of good coaching / quarterback / wide receiver combos in the league right now. And I think that's what it is. There's only 2 or 3 of those. And everything else is practically new, right? Like, I can't, unless I'm missing something.
Well, no, a lot of stuff is either new, broken, or just not very good, right? Like, that's for the Giants thing. I think the coaching's phenomenal, and Daboll could easily be one of those guys that has a job forever. He seems to be on that track with what he did in Buffalo and now what he's doing here, or in New York. But, man, that talent sucks. I don't buy that talent still. Come on, he's got dollar store talent, and he's selling it at Macy's. Like, he's doing the Lord's work.
It's a great regular season team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It is.
Yeah.
It's the Eagles from last year. That's how I view them.
Sure, that's a fair comparison. I think they're in that ballpark, but even less talented.
And it just the wins came in front and not necessarily the beginning. I'm sure it'll. I don't know. I think it's funny because they'll probably still end up winning games. Like, I think that's the Eagles' first loss. Just because, like, of course it is. And Brian Daboll is that guy to be like, these guys, all the, stupid, untrue stories of the Joe Judge era.
Yeah,
like,
they
these guys
dated your mom in
us.
high school and never called her back. You got to kill these guys. Yeah, that'll fire them up.
I don't understand what this NFL is. And it's probably, based on our last episode, a lot of muddy waters right now. So that's maybe why I'm feeling that way.
Yeah, which is why also I'm going to trash Tampa in the bonus show. So stick around for that.
Fantastic.
It's falling off a cliff, baby.
Anything else to add in terms of all this?
I got one final thing. I finished The Liquid Death, John. I finished it. Wait, actually.
Not even going to give me the drops.
There's still
Oh, it's great. These lights are pretty hot under here too. Just want to throw that out.
Wow, that's phenomenal.
That's awesome.
That's as
buddy.
good as it gets. Let me
Appreciate
just drop
it.
the tab in there just to.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Super
Seal it.
rattle over. Yeah, there you go.
Seal the
Thanks.
deal.
Appreciate it.
Now it's a maraca. I'm going to keep it, too. It's not yours. You can't use the maraca. It's just mine.
Well, I'm going to get on Vince's level. Lebatard does too. And this is Bell and the Birdmen. We're going to enjoy our bye week of stress-free red zone chilling out with these beautiful new corduroy hats. And we'll see you real soon. Thanks to Taylor Kredatus. That is Vince Quinn. I'm John Barchard. We'll see you real soon, guys. Bye.
Bye.